So last night I was on YouTube and there was a video that stood out to me that was in my recommended, and it was from this content creator called Coefficient. Now he mainly covers fighting games and he covers a lot of anime fighting games for that matter, but recently he uploaded a video regarding BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, or BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and the state in which it is in and if we are going to be getting content for it. And frankly he brought up a lot of really good and interesting points that suddenly made the realization for me and made it very hard to deal with, because BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle 2.0 is the definitive version of BlazBlue and the version we are going to be stuck with for the remainder of its life cycle. And he brought up a lot of points that really helped that, such as Arc System Works and the creators. They have a lot of things already going on, so they're not really going to be devoting as much time to it as they previously would otherwise. Like, they have a lot of other games. They have a mobile game that's going to be coming out. I didn't even know about that. Tournaments aren't going on, so that's really hurting the community. But also, something very important that I didn't even realize, by this time last year, we already had information about the stuff that was already going to be coming to the game. And this time, around this year, we usually would have some sort of information, because it's been almost 6 months since we got BlazBlue 2.0. or BBTAG 2.0, but we have nothing. We have no information about that, and that's kind of sad because it made me realize, yeah, this may be the end, unless they reveal something really soon, which I doubt. Games typically don't tend to last very long. They're usually a yearly cycle or a 2-year cycle, and then they're done. The developers, the communities, they move on to something else. With that being said though, the BlazBlue online community is still very active. Like on PlayStation 4, I don't know about the Switch and the PC version, but on PS4, you can go online and you can still find plenty of people online every day, every single day, especially the weekend, and that's amazing. For an anime fighter that's about, what, a year and a half old now? That's pretty good, and it still has an active community. Most anime fighters don't even last more than a year. They really don't. And it's a shame because there are some really good anime fighters like Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. That's one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Its community's kind of dead though, but BBTAG's community is still ongoing, a year and a half out from its launch. So that kind of made me think, the community may be active for it, but it's not going to get much support. At least that's what it looks like. And that's a little sad because the story of BBTAG was fun. It had a lot of plot holes, it had a lot of issues in episode 1. Episode 2 sought to kind of make it better, sort of, but it still had its own little issues. Don't get me wrong though, it was still enjoyable. I loved playing the story mode. It was ridiculous, over the top, dumb, funny, and I enjoyed every bit of it. There were parts of it you didn't need to fight, but you just experienced it, and I loved it. It was so much fun. It was refreshing to see in a fighting game just that kind of story, like that kind of interaction. It was just a lot of fun to see and interact with, and just experience. I loved it. In fact, it is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Let's Play on the channel so far, because it was just, I feel like I really melded well with that game when it came to doing a Let's Play. Like, I went off it well. It just meshed well with me, because the characters from so many different franchises, it was the perfect, like, fan service kind of game for all these anime fighting games. Not to mention, it introduced a lot of people to Under Night in Birth, and got that going, which became a bigger turnout for tournaments than BBTAG itself, which is kind of ironic, I guess. But it is always, it's always been one of the most niche games, but also been extremely fun. Like, I can still go online, I'll get my butt handed to me on a silver platter and be like, here you go, I have just defeated you, and here is your butt. But I would still have fun with it, because it's just that kind of game. It's a fun game. With that being said though, it is very sad to think that this is the definitive version of BBTAG, and this is all we're going to get. We may not get any more updates, we may not get any more characters for all we know. Heck, we may not even get any more episodes, and for me, as a person who likes to do Let's Plays on the channel, that's pretty saddening. It legitimately is. The BBTAG Let's Play is, again, one of my favorite, if not my favorite Let's Plays so far on this channel, simply for the fact of how well I meshed with it, how much fun I had with it. Little side note, I love how System from BBTAG kind of became her own character within the series. Like, I love how she went from being just this voice in a game to being someone that's secretly making fan fictions behind the scenes of all these characters. Like, it's so dumb, but it's so great at the same time. And if they make episode 3, if anyone from BBTAG or Arc Systems Works is watching this video, one thing I would love to see is they confirm that somehow the system is making fanfiction behind the scenes, because that would just be hilarious. And it doesn't have to be anything big or extravagant, just like a little hint towards that would make my day. It would make my year, to be honest. That would be great. Just playing through BBTAG, it's the end of the story, and then all of a sudden you see, well, a certain little pumpkin's been bothering me to write something, and, well, I kinda just finished it. So... I loved the character. I loved all the characters in the game, even though they were kind of like watered down or caricatures of their original character. Like, for example, in the original Persona 4, Chie Tanaka was a character who was very dedicated to her friends, wanted to do the best to help them out, and she wanted to be a police officer so she could keep people safe and help others to the best of her abilities. Now, in the spin-offs like Persona 4 Arena and BBTAG, she is just a athletic girl who likes to eat food, especially meat. Like, that's her whole thing. She's the meat eater. That's what I mean by a caricature. They're just like extremely simplified versions of the original self from the source material. And a lot of people had a problem with that when that first happened, and it kind of carries over to BBTAG, but it still is fun because, come on, where else are you gonna find a bunch of cute anime girls starting a fight in a gingerbread house over chocolate spoons? Nowhere else I've ever seen that, and I doubt I'll ever see it ever again. But if I do, you'll bet I know it's a reference. But yeah, it is, it's a shame. It's very sad to see that BBTAG may be in its definitive version, like in its final version right here and now, in the present time. And that's because I enjoyed BBTAG. I loved it. It was a great game, and I had fun with the story mode, which is really weird because not a whole lot of people go to fighting games for the story mode. I loved it though. It was great. It was something that I meshed well with, and it's still getting views to the day on the channel. The Let's Play is still getting views. I don't know how, but it makes me extremely happy that it does. And the reason it makes me happy is because that means people still care about this game, and they still enjoy the Let's Play. And that's kind of what I look to do, to just entertain and have fun with it, because that is, to me, one of the best parts of video games, is that you can play them, enjoy them, and you can find a whole bunch of other people that have the same interest, and that's just honestly really amazing and awesome. So yeah, I love the game. I'm super glad I got to play it. I don't regret getting the DLC. It was $15, but it was $15 well spent. And the time that I spent playing it was worth it as well, because I just had a whole lot of fun with you guys. It was great, and I'm really grateful that I got to experience it. So Arc Systems Works, it's saddening to know that you guys may not be continuing to do stuff on it. If I'm proven wrong within a month though, I'm gonna be like super hyped up and happy. But if we don't get anything announced and it's in its final version, which is BBTAG 2.0, it's sad, but I'll have to accept it and move on, because it was a great game and I loved it, and I'm really grateful to have played it. Anyways guys, thank you all very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you have any thoughts or opinions you wish to share, let me know in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy BBTAG? Did you play the story, or did you watch the Let's Play? And just let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear you guys out. Anyways guys, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am PUMSQUATCH, having happy memories of BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Goodbye.